The magisterium of the Roman Catholic Church makes all authoritative and final decisions regarding any individual or collective claims of personal apparitions of the Blessed Mother. The apparitions and or lacrymations associated with La Salette, France, Fatima, Portugal, Akita, Japan, Syracuse, Sicily, Cochabamba, Bolivia, and Civitavecchia, Italy, have been approved by the Church. Other sites and lacrymations cited in this program have not been formally approved. On these, the producers obediently submit themselves and await the final judgment of the Church. Throughout history and throughout the world, witnesses have reported statues and icons shedding tears. The tears may be water or oil or blood, and in most instances, they defy scientific explanation. What do they mean? Why are they here? And how should we respond?
In an age when science is called upon to explain everything, why has there been such a dramatic and unprecedented increase in the unexplainable? And why, at a time when mankind feels so painfully alone, has God responded with an outpouring of tears from heaven? Hello, I'm Joseph Campanella. Throughout history, humanity has encountered certain mysteries and certain phenomena which have led even the most skeptical to the unmistakable conclusion that God exists and that He is an intimate part of life here on our planet. And it seems today that heaven is literally crying out to humanity, weeping copious tears in every corner of the globe in an attempt to draw humanity back to God before it is too late. Today, these tears, also known as lacrimations, have literally become a flood.
The tremendous increase is almost unbelievable, and nothing like it in the history of the world. All over the world, all over the world.
Reports of this remarkable phenomena are cited in every region of the world with increasing frequency. In the bustling city of Caracas, Venezuela, an image of the Virgin of Coromoto, the patroness of Venezuela, along with an image of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, have been reported to weep tears and tears of blood. Both the sick and the faithful come to pray and witness for themselves this heavenly manifestation. In the same country, less than 2 hours away, another icon oozes a mysterious healing oil. Pilgrims journey from around the world in search of healing and answers. Quite often, the fruits of their search and this miraculous oil are visible in the countless plaques of thanksgiving that line the walls, and in the crutches, wheelchairs, and braces that are left behind. These personal artifacts are a powerful testament to these tears from heaven. Thousands of miles and a cultural world away, in Damascus, Syria, an icon belonging to the Nazur family has wept copious tears of oil. These lacrimations have also been accompanied by other mystical phenomena. Myrna, the principal visionary and recipient of these heavenly manifestations, has reported to receive messages from the Virgin Mary and her son Jesus. She has been documented suffering the painful wounds of Christ's passion, also known as the stigmata, while at other times she has been witnessed exuding an unexplainable profusion of olive oil from her body. Dr. Anton Mansour, a prominent Beverly Hills surgeon, has studied this phenomena extensively.
Being a physician, I tried to explain her extraordinary phenomena scientifically and medically. And to be honest with you, I failed. Because all the science, my examination, medically, proved to be that this lady is quite in good health. And what happened to her cannot be explained medically.
Many physical and spiritual healings have taken place through the anointing of this oil. Even copies of the icon that have been sent around the world, as well as those images brought into the home, have also reportedly began weeping. In Trinidad, on Thursday, February 15, 1996, the nuns of the Corpus Christi Carmelite Order witnessed the statue of Our Lady of Lourdes weeping tears of blood. One of the country's most respected scientists, Professor of Medicine Courtney Bartholomew, was called to investigate. He had the blood tested at a leading forensic laboratory and found the substance to be human blood. The statue would weep again the following year, and a third time on February 20th, 1997, each time bleeding more profusely. Professor Bartholomew personally witnessed the event.
She wept tears of blood at first in Trinidad and then plain tears afterwards. And I think it was because just after the weeping of blood, many of us went into the chapel and prayed fervently and assuaged her sorrow and turned her blood into plain tears. And we can do further than that. We could pray enough and convert and turn her tears into dryness, and she will cry no more. How can you turn the tears of a mother from grief into joy? Simply by doing as she says.
In Houston, Texas, in the home of the Ayub family, miraculous cures are being reported, and numerous images are said to weep. During the filming of this segment, as a visible sign and to the amazement of all present, the eyes of this image of Christ welled up and cried. What you are witnessing is actual footage. The substance flowing from the eyes is pure olive oil. The producer, seen here holding the image, can testify firsthand that there are no tubes of any kind carrying oil, nor had the painting been tampered with in any way. In the home of the Ayub family, there are many paintings, icons, and statues made from a myriad of different materials. All weep a mysterious, fragrant oil. Amazingly, even images independently brought in from other places have wept this mysterious oil. Structural tests have determined that there is nothing unusual about the construction of the house nor the prayer room that would cause oil to form on religious objects. The origin of the tears remains a mystery.
From the Orient to Africa, the Middle East to the Americas, reports continue to be heard. And yet, even with such a global flood of tears, it appears that most people remain indifferent. Perhaps they simply don't understand the significance of these tears. Ultimately, these tears from heaven represent the voice crying in the wilderness, the message of the prophets begging the people to amend their lives. When taken in context, they are a desperate call to holiness while there is still time. Desperate because we know from history what is likely to follow.
Well, throughout the history of Christendom, anytime any kind of sign was given, it was usually as a warning of some disaster that was approaching upon either the locality, or upon a given nation, or upon the world.
Indeed, history reveals that when statues have wept in a particular region of the world, those areas have usually been immediately followed by times of great danger for humanity and for the Church. Such noted cases include the time immediately preceding the European invasion by the Moors, the French Revolution, the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, and the proliferation of atheistic communism, including the communist takeovers of Albania, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, and Poland. In most cases, the reported lacrymations were confined to a particular region with a presumed message for the people of that culture and time. Alarmingly, today the world is literally dripping in tears.
The late 60s and the 70s, these weepings began.